Welcome to another episode of Marketing School. I'm Eric Su,
And I'm Neil Patel.
and today we are going to talk about how to expand your SEO campaign globally. So maybe this one's a good one where I go back and forth with you on questions because you've done this.
Fair enough.
All right, so let's talk about this.
I was like, why can't I question you?
Well, because I haven't done this. So neilpatel.com, what have you done exactly? How have you expanded internationally?
I now go after Brazil, all of Latin America with Spanish, Spain as well, Germany, Italy, and then we're adding quite a few other regions like France, any of the Arabic nations, Japan, and we're even translating our content right now into Hindi for India.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
For your people. Nice. Very good.
Costs money, doesn't make anything, but you know what? It's fun. Might as well help them
It's
out.
good to give back. So what was the point? I mean, what was the impetus? Because I think you initially started with Brazil, right?
Yeah, I was traveling at a event in Brazil, and these guys were like, "Oh, you should come to Brazil, bring you here." And I'm like, "I'm already busy. The US is a big enough market." They're like, "No, Brazil's huge." And I'm like, "The currency, there's a huge difference." I was like, "I don't know." And then I was talking like a month later to one of my friends at Google, and she was telling me, "You should expand international." I was like, "Why?" He's like, "There's very little competition. Google needs more content in other languages that aren't English." I was like, "Oh." So I hit up the people that hit me up from Brazil. I was like, "Hey, let's try this out as an experiment." And I like Brazil. The people there were smart. They were hard workers. And I was like, you know what? There's a lot of talent here. If I'm going to pick any place, because I had a few options. I could go to Germany first, which I'm in now, or any of the Spanish markets, or, any of the European markets. But I went to Brazil, and I love pretty much the whole world. But I went after Brazil first because I really bonded with the audience from that event that I spoke at, as well as the people that pitched me to go to Brazil.
Great. And so what was your process for finding the people, the right people to help you translate your content? Because obviously it's not like you're going to find someone in the US, right?
Yeah, I didn't have to do much in the first try. The second try, when I expanded outside of Brazil, I learned the hard way that you need to have people on the ground. The reason Brazil worked out really well is because from day one, there were locals who understand English and Portuguese. They understood the Brazilian market extremely well. They also understood me. And they were able to go find the translators, edit, review everything, and then go from there. I didn't do that with Germany at the beginning, but once I started adding people from Germany, it started growing much faster. You just can't hire translators. You need people on the ground.
And what does that mean exactly? And how much are you paying these people typically?
People on the ground to do networking, go to conferences, mention you, help you get speaking spots. That way, like I speak a lot in Brazil, I'll speak in Germany or anywhere around the world, but especially the regions that we translate the content, it helps you generate more links organically, which boosts rankings. It helps you get the brand queries. If you don't have a ton of brand queries within those regions, it's harder to rank, and you can see your brand queries by using either Webmaster Tools or Google Trends.
And you don't need to give exact numbers to everyone, but just kind of what kind of results have you seen from this?
Sure. So I know the numbers quite well. In Germany, we're getting almost 100,000 visitors a month. It's a bit shy of that. Spanish, it's over 100,000 a month. Brazil, I know I'm at roughly 230,000 unique visitors a month. And then there's some other regions as well, but those are the ones I know off the top of my head.
Perfect. What else do you have to add around this?
The biggest thing is, or there's a few things. One, if you don't have people on the ground, it's not going to work well. Two, when you do this and you translate a lot of your content, it's going to take a year to see results. Three, don't just translate all your content. I made the mistake of doing that. I spent too much money. Like I spent around 250,000 that I'm negative right now in Brazil, 260, somewhere around there. So translate your most popular piece of content. Four, transcribe your content. You need to adapt it to the local region. Just translating it isn't enough. You will find that you don't get enough traffic. You need to transcribe it to include the right keywords in the title tag, meta description. Six, use tools like ClickFlow to A/B test the title tag. When you A/B test the title tag, what you'll find is you'll get more traffic. And that's very important because what I found is what worked in the US didn't necessarily work in places like Brazil. So you need to adapt to the market. And the only way you'll really know that what works is A/B testing.
And you can't really do remember you used a plugin before to help with this?
Oh yeah, I used to also use Transbosh to translate my whole blog into every language out there. And then my friend who worked at Google was like, "You're going to get hit by a Panda update because your content's low quality." I was like, "Oh crap." So then I removed the plugin, de-indexed all those pages, and then I started manually doing it. And then my traffic really started going up. Funny enough, even through the plugin, my traffic went up, but it was kind of bad translations.
Maybe that's a little thing. Maybe you turn on the plugin and you turn it off immediately.
No, because you won't see the traffic increase right away.
All right. Well, that is it for today. But we are doing a live event in downtown Los Angeles.
And if you guys want to attend, I'm like, this happens at every episode. Eric starts it off. He doesn't look at me, and I'm like, oh, it's my turn to talk.
Screen.
So we're doing an event in downtown Los Angeles. If you want to attend, it's 100% free, all-day event, including food. Or if you just want the recorded version, go to marketingschool.io/stats. If you help us get to 1 million listens a month, you'll get access to this content, whether it's the recorded version or in person. But you got to do something. It's either rating the podcast, leaving a review, sharing it. There's buttons there. It only takes a minute. Actually, it should only take 10-20 seconds. It'll help us and it'll help you. Thank you.
Hey, it's free to do it. That's how we keep this podcast free. So help us out and see you in real life.